Hi there folks, welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. So this is a project I have needed to do for quite a while, and I have had this equipment and this stuff for quite a while. I just have not done it yet. But today we're going to do it, and I'm going to take you along with me. So if you see here, I have this junk corner, which, okay, please excuse the large amounts of mess. This is all fence posts. These should not be sticking out of it. This should be in here, but as you can tell, I've been extremely busy with things. These boxes work great until you have any bit of water or a mouse, or until you try and take these into the field with a four-wheeler. So the solution to this is going to be this barrel. So this barrel I got for free from a company who was literally just throwing it away. And what I'm going to do is roughly, of course, I don't know exact specifics yet on where and how and why I want to do everything, but roughly I'm going to cut it like here, do a nice little U shape, and then come back. And what that's going to allow me to do is have a way to secure this to the back of the four-wheeler here. You know, basically put the, right where this rubber pad is, put the barrel right here, run a ratchet strap, a zip tie, whatever over top of it. I will leave a small lip. I'm thinking something like this here. Put a small lip like this in this general vicinity so that the fence posts are either, when it's sitting flat, on a little bit of an angle so that they don't just go sliding out like if I make a really hard turn. Or if I leave a little bit of a lip, some of the fence posts that are shorter can actually completely sit inside the barrel. Now, that's why I have the Sawzall here, because I'm just going to hack away, and I may end up needing to do a little bit something funny to even get in here in the first place to get a hole opened up so that I can cut more out. But if I cut all the way down to here, these can be reused, these plugs, which some of these are different threads. I can reuse these plugs if I needed to for a project. This barrel cannot be used for food grade. It had chemicals in it. So I cannot put water in it. I cannot put chicken food in it. I can't do anything like that with it. It was rinsed and cleaned by the company. They just were going to use it for something and then decided to go another direction. So I just need to cut it up, see what I think. I need to cut it down here some so that way I have a nice space to put it in, because if I left it like this, with these fence posts, they have a very skinny end. Then you come down to a fat end. Well, if I put all the fat ends in the bottom, then I'll have a bunch of skinny ends sticking up here, and I will have plenty of extra space. So if I put all the skinny ends in first, I will have all these fat ends. So if I cut this down here, like so, then these fat ends will have space to expand and stick out like that, so I can technically get more in with the same barrel. But anyhow, guys, enough of me rambling on. Let me get to cutting. Maybe I'll show you guys that. Maybe I won't. Depends on if I can magnetize you guys to a barn or something. And then we'll come back and try it out with some of these fence posts, because I do have to use this to go get fence posts from the field. Alright guys, so there's the first cut. What I'm going to do is try it and see what happens here. See if I like the way this looks. See if I want to continue with this, maybe cut it down some more. Honestly, this plastic is extremely, extremely thick, which is very good, because that'll allow me to have better handhold, so I can actually use a hole saw and cut out a hole in here so I can grab this with my hand, obviously clean up all sharp edges so that way I'm not cutting myself. But then I could literally carry this barrel around like this if I needed to or wanted to, and trim it down further if that would be the best thing in this situation. I'm not sure that it is, but we'll see. So I'll try it a little bit here, see what I got, and then we'll just keep going from there. So as you see here, so this is one of these white pigtail posts. I have modified it at the base, but this is the normal length for a white pigtail. it does not fit inside. Now, if I went sideways and maybe up here and did some finagling, sure, okay, fine. There it fits inside, but that's not going to be helpful. And as you see here, this is a white Tractor Supply post. I have white, black, and purple. White would obviously show up better in a white barrel. And then these are the O'Brien's blue ones. So what this says to me is that every single one of these posts is going to be too long for in here. So I am going to have to cut it down a couple more inches, which will be good because it'll reduce some weight from it and just be better in general. And I think I want to cut this down some too up here, because as I grabbed it from here, it was still a little bottom heavy. So ideally, I make a handle hole in here somewhere, and or put a piece of rope back here at this end, so that way I can grab a piece of rope, I can grab a handle hole, and then I can carry this whole thing in just like this. So I could basically load this up with fence posts and then take it out to the field and set up all my fence posts if that's what I wanted to do. Or I could leave this attached to the four-wheeler, make another barrel very similar to it if that's what I chose, and then left it here, and then I could transfer fence posts or do whatever. Now, yes, maybe this would work better with a little 30-gallon barrel or a 15-gallon barrel. However, I have a bunch of 55s, so I was going to try this and see what happened. And now that I see it's very, very large, I may build a smaller version of this for going out into the field and making this version one that just sits in the building here, so that all my fence posts are in a plastic container, all protected, all nice and cozy, and then we don't have issues. But anyways, guys, I will have to come back once I've used this and modified it and tested it, and give you guys a better update on what's actually going on, what I actually like about it. So, well, folks, it's the next day here. So I've got this mostly done, I do believe. There are a few things I need to change, like, for example, this rope handle I want to put in up here a little higher. When I pick it up right now, it ain't bad. But from picking it up at this point, we are a little nose heavy that direction, and it's only going to get worse when I put more fence posts in there. So I want to do that. The other issue I have is when I stand it up, we all do that. Maybe what I should have done is just cut the top off of a barrel and left it alone, or if I really wanted to do that, I just cut this further down here because, well, it won't matter. Like, these posts, as you see, these posts are not falling out. Like, even if I do it this way here, they're not falling out. So if I do it that way and just cut it short, we're probably all right. Especially if I leave the T-post foot in the base. The one thing I did say I was going to do is try something more like this. But the more I think about that, the more then you're going to have sharp, spiky pokes just sticking up to stab somebody. So I think I got to do the feet in the base, which is going to give me the most problems. So this barrel may end up turning into just a barrel that I use to store T-posts in. It's great that I can move it around and handle it, but if I put every single T-post I own in this thing, I don't know that I can pick it up. So what I may end up doing is, again, just chopping this down here, leaving the rope on it because it was like a 5-cent piece of rope and it's actually gone anyways. I may just have to do a little one like I had suggested in a previous video. You know, I got a couple 30-gallon barrels, I got a 15-gallon barrel, take something like that for a portable setup. This may be my home base for all my T-posts, and then I create a smaller version that's more portable that I can carry. And, well, let's put it this way. If I was going to go set up fence posts, which I'm probably going to have to do here very, very soon since my hay is almost out again, this can stay down here. I can grab 15 or 20 or 30 fence posts at a time, whatever will fit in my small barrel, load it up and take it out. And that's way better than, one, leaving random T-posts just sitting on the back of the four-wheeler, or building a bracket because then the T-post could slide this way, or having to carry it and then still do it like 5-10 feet at a time and then come back and, you know, all that fun jazz. So things like that I'm considering now after making this. But like I say, this was a test. You guys will have to come back and see if I end up doing anything different with it. Maybe I make a small one. If you guys want me to go into more detail or whatever, like, feel free, let me know. So, Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.